Behind the bright animation and lovable characters, cartoons can have a dark side. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 darkest Cartoon Network episodes.
Oh, Dexter, please forgive me. Oh, what have I done?
For this list, we're looking at some of the darkest and most thought-provoking episodes ever aired on the Cartoon Network. Number 10. Filet of Soul, Dexter's Laboratory. Death isn't inherently dark. After all, it's a natural part of life. But when Dee Dee and Dexter's pet goldfish Fishy passes away, the brother and sister duo is left to deal with the fallout. The family decides it's best to simply flush Fishy down the toilet, but Dee Dee and Dexter decide to leave him out for the night. Fishy's spirit begins haunting the house, and the siblings are confronted with their demonic toilet.
Huh? Look out! Yeah, help me! Dexter is pulling me back and they're angry! Dexter, real angry!
Seeing Fishy's lifeless form and contemplating the souls of the deceased is anything but lighthearted.
Early morning is Daddy's special bathroom privacy time.
Number 9. Jack and the Haunted House, Samurai Jack. When Jack stumbles upon a large rundown estate after following a crying girl into it, the audience knows they're in for a classic haunted house tale. After suffering strange visions while looking for her, Jack sits down with a family to share a pot of tea. Things seem innocent enough, but really nothing is ever as it seems. The room begins to warp, and through a series of black and white flashing scenes, we see Jack confront an ever-morphing supernatural being. The lack of dialogue paired with the distorted sounds of screaming and thunder create an unforgettable scene, and really captivates the audience with its visual intricacy. The family's tragic backstory, paired with the urgency of Jack's mission to save their souls, makes for a gripping episode.
Kuni?
Papa? Papa!
Number 8. The Night, The Amazing World of Gumball.
Off they drift to a distant place, not bound by rules of time and space. A place of wonder, of sounds and sights, a place of joy.
We go to sleep every night, but how many of us consider the thoughts that take over our brain during this time? This episode explores the Elmore residents' dreams, and as we look into each character's mind, we encounter some pretty unnerving stuff. Although there's some comic relief thrown in, like Richard imagining himself as a piece of dough being made into a bun, we also see things like Gumball falling through the sky with no support in sight. The Night also explores the divide between our conscious and subconscious, like when Larry acts foolishly in front of a cop because he thinks he's dreaming, only to get thrown in jail.
Well, guess what, mister? This is my dream, and I can do what I want in it!
Number 7. Speed Demon, The Powerpuff Girls. In this episode, what starts out as a friendly race between sisters turns into a horrifying odyssey through time. After traveling 50 years into the future, the Powerpuff Girls find themselves in a dystopian society. The demonic hymn has taken over Townsville, and the citizens are suffering in their absence.
Yes! As you raced through time, the whole world went to heck.
This episode reveals the true weight of the Powerpuff Girls' responsibilities. In particular, the scene where the townspeople blame the girls for letting them down illustrates the immense amount of guilt the girls must hold for the times when they couldn't protect their people.
Your fault. Your fault.
What have we done?
Number 6. Holly Jolly Secrets, Adventure Time.
Hello, my name is Simon Petrikov. I am recording this tape so that people will know my story.
Oh no! Turn it off, Pimo! Turn it off!
The secrets revealed in these two episodes are anything but holly jolly. Finn and Jake vow to discover the Ice King's secret, and even fight off an army of snowmen to keep access to his precious VHS tapes. Eventually, the Ice King relents, and the three sit down to watch his life story unfold. We find out that the king was once a man named Simon Petrikov, who fell prey to the allure of a powerful but dangerous crown.
I want people to know that if I do things that hurt anyone, please forgive me.
Watching his mental state deteriorate is heartbreaking because we have the power of hindsight. Suddenly, it becomes clear that the Ice King threw everything in his life away, including his fiancée, because of the pull of the crown.
Just watch over me until I can find my way out of this labyrinth in my brain and regain my sanity. And then maybe, Betty, my princess, maybe you will love me again. Please love me again, Betty.
Number 5. Change Your Mind. Steven Universe.
You can hide from yourself, but you can't hide from me, Pink.
Steven is no stranger to tackling problems around the universe, but in this episode, he faces his biggest challenge, his family. Steven comes to realize the reason Pink Diamond left home, as he witnesses firsthand how abusive Blue Diamond, who acted like her mother, was. Through the character of White Diamond, who also had a mother-daughter type relationship with Pink, Change Your Mind reveals how parents or parental figures are often unaware of how they're creating a toxic home environment for their children, and may only realize the error of their ways when it's too late.
What is this? Where is Pink?
She's gone.
What did you say? Answer me!
She's gone!
Just as Pink Diamond was rejected by her family, Steven struggles with his sense of identity and searches for acceptance. Although Steven finds peace and an accepting family in the end, his journey is filled with a roller coaster of emotions.
But I want you to know you could know me if you change your mind.
Number 4. Freaky Fred. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
With precious pup and husband dear, my heart beat fast as I drew near. I felt so nice and naughty.
When Fred arrives in town, we're not really sure what's off about him. All we know is that he gives us the creeps. From his slow, nursery rhyme-like narration to his knowing smile, it's no wonder Courage wants nothing to do with him.
I'd never felt so naughty.
Eventually, we find out that Fred's preferred pastime is shaving people's hair against their will, and soon, Courage becomes his latest victim. Witnessing Courage, all pink and newly shaved with a tiny tuft of hair left on his tail, isn't a pleasant sight. And watching Fred gleefully shave Courage really makes us wonder what's going on inside his mind.
Goodbye, dear aunt. I'll miss your farm, and Eustace's ebullient charm. And farewell, Courage. What's the harm if I was slightly naughty?
Number 3. Haunted. Teen Titans. How do we know if something's real? What if it's just our brain playing tricks on us? After confronting his nemesis Slade in the woods, Robin is convinced that Slade has returned for good. The only problem is that no one believes him, and soon his friends think he's going crazy.
He said he saw Slade. I tried to see him, I truly did, but I could not. I have never seen Robin so angry.
Eventually, the uncertainty begins to take a major mental toll on Robin, to the point where he wakes up and finds himself in an infirmary restrained to his bed. Overall, this episode is a chilling look into Robin's mind that reveals the full extent of his obsession with Slade.
See, Robin? There's no one here. There never was.
Slade!
Number 2. Twisted Sister, the Powerpuff Girls. Everyone knows Bubbles, Buttercup, and Blossom, but did you know about the 4th Powerpuff Girl, Bunny? The girls decide to create a 4th sister to help them protect the city. But after an incident in the lab, their new sibling comes out looking a little different. Despite this, they send her out to fight crime, and she inevitably gets into trouble. Even though she ultimately ends up saving her sister's lives, Bunny is ostracized, and the episode ends with her exploding because of her unstable nature. Watching Bunny come into the world only to be used and tossed aside tugged on heartstrings and really made us question the Powerpuff Girls' values. Before we unveil the dark top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Only a Dream, Justice League. What's more terrifying than a villain who can attack you in your dreams?
Coming here was the mistake of your life. See, the closer I am to someone, the stronger I get. I'll be able to go into your brain, even if you're wide awake.
Terror Tales of the Park 5, regular show. These Halloween specials never fail to surprise us.
Never! Never come back!
Huh?
This is my house now!
Meeseeks and Destroy, Rick and Morty. Because hiring blue humanoids to do your bidding is never a good idea.
Meeseeks are not born into this world fumbling for meaning, Jerry! We are created to serve a singular purpose for which we will go to any lengths to fulfill! Existence is pain to a Meeseeks, Jerry!
Nightmare Hospital, Steven Universe. Nothing good ever comes from sneaking into a hospital. Birthmark, Teen Titans. Because birthdays aren't always cause for celebration. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Perfect. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
You are a disgrace. What's wrong, Courage?
There's almost nothing as dark as confronting your own self-loathing. In this series finale, Courage is forced to reflect on his own shortcomings and failures after accidentally messing up a few small tasks at home.
I want to see perfect posture. Shoulders back, chin out, ears up, and walk.
Rather than forgiving himself, Courage is plagued with anxiety, and his internal monologue becomes increasingly negative until he begins having nightmares. Many fans will recognize the horrifying monster that appears to hauntingly remind Courage that he's not perfect. Although there is a positive resolution, Courage's mental journey is an uneasy reflection of a nearly universal fear of falling short of our own and others' expectations.
That's not perfect!
You rotten, imperfect mob! Now you'll never reach the perfect level of bad!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.